Mojave.
I mean, UGT basically stands for Urban Guerrilla Theater. One of the concepts that came out of it was a long time ago when I was a part of another movement called Soul Kitchen. I realized that at some point I needed to do more poetry because I was like, we was doing it once a month and I was just like, that's not enough for me. And at the time, the poetry scene was mostly white readings, and Soul Kitchen was the only black reading in Albany at the time. So then I was a part of another group called 20 Poets and a Mic. So the first time I actually did Urban Guerrilla Theater, I actually did it at this place called Casablanca, which was a Spanish club at the time. And we would do it every Friday. And so the Guerrilla Theater basically came to the idea of us being able to do unorthodox things with poetry. I mean, for us, the U is about the universal poetry. It is all levels, all things, all genres, and all things, and it's always unorthodox, and we can do anything with poetry, and that's one of the things that's the best thing about it.
We're going to give it up for Mr. Poetic Vision.
Might be one of the best intros you could come in on right now. How y'all doing this evening? Come on, y'all know I'm gonna ask again. I heard the first 3 people in the front row. How are y'all doing this evening? Y'all still a little quiet over there, but we're gonna work on it. I'm just gonna jump into it. They jumped on me about this whole 5-minute thing. Why me? What I do?
Because you can take it there.
A nightmare in my dream. Now I was told that the biggest fools are those who don't go to school. Yet I live in a millennium where schools purposely miseducate you, teach you to be anything but you. See, today we face the backlash of backs, lashed, lacerated so bad that each generation today can't seem to stand up straight. See, I was taught to turn the other cheek while they battered and bruised the righteousness of my face. Taught to close my eyes, bow my head and pray while they systematically take the land my ancestors left to me while I was asleep. Like a thief in the night, wolves covered in white sheets, marching in the name of a religion originally listed as a fragment of spirituality, yet today they teach that that fragment is the one and only truth to eternity. When no nation sees creativity alike. They said when light comes, darkness must flee. But without darkness, light cannot be. Every color in the spectrum possesses an element of darkness. But I was taught that dark was a gloomy, grimy, grim reaper of death. Funerals, mournful, sinister, satanic, horrible, vile, corrupt, sinful. How could darkness be so wicked when every form of beauty was formed from it? Dark matter, dark energy are the universe's foundational fabric. The sun rose out of darkness, sets back into darkness. Flowers travel through dark soil to the surface. Fireflies glow in the dark, stars shine in the dark. Is it not true that the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice? Is it not true that every one of you came through the dark womb of a woman? Is it not true that every one of you came through the dark womb of a woman? Yes. The greatest lessons are learned in those dark days under adversity. Nature's way of bringing you back to the beginning, seeing the beginning. Right. It was darkness that started over the surface of the deep, and light shined out of darkness. See, I asked my mirror, mirror on the wall, a definition of hell. It said that hell is dark, hot, and full of darkness. But my reflection reflects darkness. My maiden motherland is hot and full of dark humans who produce every shade of hue from the darkest dark to the lightest beige. It said that hell is hot and dark, where people are weeping and gnashing their teeth. But nature tells me that people usually weep when the temperatures freeze. And don't you grit or gnash your teeth when those freezing winds hit your facial skin unexpectedly? See, I was taught to step off a path of a true story and settle for his story based on a true story. Behind the media scenes, hiding right in front of me, America sold me a dream. They offered higher paying slavery. A house, a family, expensive vehicles through the vehicle of college and universities in exchange for your labor of love, your passions. Then after 4+ years of indoctrination, after graduation, you're faced with a nightmare, originally disguised as a dream. With an expensive ticket sold to you from a wolf disguised as the sheep of light, and now your ends meet is barely getting by. See, behind the media scenes, Ivy was poisoning the minds of the Ebonies and Ivories into believing and climbing the corporate ladder, while Ivy created a league, raising distinguished men and women, teaching them how to climb the corporate ladder Ebony and Ivory would be climbing. They told you the greatest fools are those who don't go to school, yet never told you that education starts with knowing you. Who are you? What does your passion want you to do? In order to dream, you have to be asleep. So wake up and make the dream a reality.
I will swallow my pride after my blood is drowning in alcohol. Say something, or give me love.
Back and forth and back, breaking through barbed wire barcodes, binding books, unlocking this chain mentality, running underground towards pages of freedom, embracing dignity and pride once taken. No. Not pride adulterated with the stench of arrogance, but rather being satisfied and pleased with who I am. So I love my wide nose for air, my thick black hair and big sensual lips. I love my sisters with their sexy, sassy, sophisticated attitudes, beautiful braids, shining mahogany forehead and voluptuous hips. Consider how far I traveled since the initiation of Black History Month in 1926, since the assassination of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Yes, it's a new day, a new age, a new wave of acknowledgement. Like colorful flags raised high, flapping in the wind, that ancient Negro now raises his head with a radiant rainbow of confidence, rejoicing and remembering the request to let every voice lift. Thus I respond with thought-provoking stanzas, not just shooting from the hip, not just glorifying the first black president, because my ink is the liquid soul of those who strove yesterday, praying on callous knees for a better day, fighting and marching for change. Change crying like clouds on the black land for justice and equality. Peace.
And so I continued with this concept, you know, and it was always in my back pocket. So whenever I wanted to do something that was off the beaten track or something different than what it was, I would do urban guerrilla theater. And as it grew, I actually met some of the people that you're seeing tonight, like Nikki Black, so many others.
I became a poet because I can't sing.
Me too.
No, I can sing. John, can we?
Oh boy.
That's why I'm a poet. But did you see how I just ruined my section? Well, no. All right, so here we go. My dreams are so loud. They sound like the splash of water beneath the feet of Obama in the eyes of a woman whose skin is darker than America's past, with a field of cotton for hair, who never dreamed a man with skin once considered sin could be her president. A man that looks like the second coming of Jesus Christ she was always taught about in Sunday afternoon mass. In a crowded room, my dreams echo like the screams of every black mother watching their murdered sons risen from their graves and walk through the front door of home again. Proof that they raised gods of men. I dream loud because there was a point in our history where our voices were outlawed, where we always had the right to remain silent because that was the only noise they ever wanted to hear from us. Because that was the only noise they ever wanted to hear from us. So they never taught us their words. We resorted to a language of screams and tears because they knew only prayers get answered, not cries for help. Our ancestors are eternally sleeping so that we may live our dreams. So ask yourself, if you had to hold your breath as long as it took for you to start living, would you die?
How's everybody enjoying the show tonight? Give it up for UGT, give it up for Stephen Riviera, give it up for CB LaGuia. Everybody is doing their thing right now. I'm like, woo, up here. So, how many people are in a new relationship in this room right now?
What does new mean?
I'm sure. If it's less than a year, then it's new to me.
I was.
All right. So when you get into those kind of relationships and you had all of these dreams and aspirations for the kind of man that you want and you finally get them, sometimes you get scared. Oh, Jay, you sleeping in a doghouse tonight, brother. This is one of my favorite poems. It's called Disclaimer. I might have to refer to my breast in a while, but we'll see how it works out. Yeah, I keep the phone up in there. No, this isn't the boomerang one, but no, I can't reminisce on a love I never had. When I think of other jokers who have loved me in my past, I just laugh, mostly to cover up the sad. All of this is written vividly in numerous notepads. Experiencing those losers has sure made me bitter. I guess I knew how to pick the bad cats out of the litter. Now me opening up is harder to obtain. Those painful love lessons I learned still linger on my brain. So, after every other kiss, I can't help but to wonder, whose lips do I taste? Although I know you wouldn't betray me like that, I often question your motives for haste. And after every other hug, no matter how snug, I still debate whether you're really pulling away. Although I want you there, I say, need you to stay. I guess for me, second guessing is the cost of having a good man instead of a good leg. Because truthfully, some days, I can't help but to wonder, when will the other shoe drop?
Warm thoughts full of loving you is what I live for. Come to space with me, where hate is the equivalent of gravity and we love lavishly. Let's tumble in the clouds with locked lips, bouncing off the stars. Bounce till there's abrasions in the sun, becoming the cause of the rays in the sun. It'll be like it's raining in the sun. It'll be blazing, it'll be love, will look like raisins in the sun. But when it's done, we will be one, will you? Will you soar with me? Eyes shut like you want nothing more than to enjoy this moment. Soar like the sky is the limit. Wait, we're in space, and space is limitless. Nothing can limit us now. Dance with me on Mars. Let's make love on the planets as I admire the galaxies in your eyes. Find the black hole. Let it suck us in as you wrap your legs around my thighs. Hold me tight. I want to feel your breasts against mine. Breathe against my face. Let's let our moans combine as we swim in the stars, because they remind me of the twinkle in your eyes. Butterflies, every time they fly by, I'm reminded, even still, how high I feel when I'm with you. Thank you.
came into, or I met Mojave, I think around 2008. And so when I came to the first open mic poetry reading, was actually, I came with Sam. She was gonna perform, I wasn't, I was just sitting in the audience. And when I came that first night, I was immediately drawn in. And it was poetry reading, but it was like all different scales. It's like if someone felt moved and wrote something right then and there, you felt comfortable enough to get up and share it. And so after, because I remember she said, yeah, I met someone, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do a piece, are you gonna come with me? I'm like, yeah, girl, I'll come with you. She's like, you gonna do it too? No, girl, I ain't doing that. And but then when I came, when I left there, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that the next time, I'm gonna do that. My color tells a story that only one who shares the same pigment can decipher. Yes, I'm talking about the chocolatey browns, creamy mochas, and bright darkness whose riches go beyond the amount of melanin in thy skin. Stained with the beauty of struggle, my darkness is strong enough to hold secrets of hurt, abuse, and exploitation, yet still radiate a beauty. Dark beauty that allows the love in your heart, passion in your soul, and longevity of your being to be naturally enhanced to a feeling of eternity. The darkness of my skin will fulfill your hunger. It's satisfying. Indulge in the richness of my purple-tinted armor. I am good for you. Medicinally allow me to reduce your pressures. Taste me. I will not cause the sweet blood that runs through your veins to spike with false images of truth and beauty, then crash with truths of weakness, dullness, transparency. I am wearing a goddess. Envy my beautiful rusted shield as she protects me from the deceit of the world. Everyone wants a piece of my chocolate, it's therapeutic. They want to be covered in it like strawberries and nuts, or swirl through it to remedy the bland. Mankind thirsts for minerals found only in the layers of my skin. But the depth of my color palette is displayed only through my kin. Many yearn to savor the sweet nectar of my darkness, and so I am ostracized. I am the last person chosen to photograph. I am not considered for certain careers. I'm told that I'm too dark to do this or to do that. I am told that my darkness is an inferior they call black. I am made fun of for the ash that falls from my skin, even though it falls from yours as well. I am taken from society in so many different manners. I am ugly, I am evil, I am colored, I am black. Says the roots of slavery when this foolery began. When master polluted my thick saccharine blood with his weakness, causing a colorism so deep we still embark on the idealism of today. My color tells a story that only one who shares the same pigment can decipher. Yes, I'm talking about the chocolatey browns, creamy mochas, and ripe darkness whose riches go beyond the amount of melanin in thy skin. Thank you.
All right, so you've been taken to the classroom, the living room, you've been introduced to love. I'm gonna take you to the bed.
Yes! Yes!
What have you done to me? You've awakened something inside this body that has been long asleep, dormant. Through an accelerant on a flame which cannot be easily contained, it cannot be quenched. It thirsts. Unleashed a series of firsts seeking to consume every particle of you. I've been on fire before, but this one is not the same. It's not to be taken lightly. But I can't help but to play our game. I know full well that I'll be burnt for a crisp for my own desires. But yet still, I want you. And yes, yes, your love is scary. Make me want to do things I've thought of but never tried. You dare me to be creative.
pushing me to those haunted corners of my mind to expose how deliciously twisted I can be. I lay my fantasies at your feet and you're unafraid. You tell me to borrow your strength, to trust you, that you'll bring me back if I lose my way. I carefully weigh the course of what you're asking me to unleash. Yet I want to spread dark, beautiful, sexy havoc through these ebony streets like Katrina. Want them to drown in my words with no help from FEMA while I ride you through these hills and valleys of my freak. Yes, you've awakened a beast in me, and I'm hungry. Baby, feed me.
Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, sing along. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow. You got the second verse? This ain't a movie, no. No fairy tale conclusion, y'all. It gets more confusing every day. Sometimes it's heaven sent, then we head back to hell again. We kiss and we make up all the way. I hang up, you call. We rise and we fall. We feel like just walking away. As all the big advances, we take second chances. Though it's not a fantasy, I still want you to stay. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. Cause we're ordinary people. Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. This time we'll take it slow.
Love is untitled. It can be anything you want it to be. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a place. It could be a look in someone's face, a smile, or someone's laughter. The history of love is binding between two souls or more. It tracks all. It doesn't discriminate against flaws. Like the texture of a grain of salt against the skin is so tempting to find out what's sticking against a piece of a fair skin, just wondering where it all began.
Now, when I prepared for this performance, I browsed through all my pieces to find a clean fit and pick something with major meaning that paint a scene quick while keeping the image decent. You see, this is where I try to hit y'all with some deep shit, but peep this. Cause though I told myself I give my best show, I got some heavy shit on my chest. I need to let go, cause fans say they pay for this stage, so they expect growth and told me that I always perform, but don't connect, so check it out. I want y'all to picture this as I paint the slide. With all the pain I've tried to contain and lock away inside. Imagine days I strived and struggled just to break the vibe. Nights I roam my city alone, hoping to stay alive. And times I prayed to God for a second of sleep, cause I was fighting nightmares without a weapon in reach. Found out my dad left my mom when she was pregnant with me, which left me with a deep puzzle that I'll never complete. Couldn't face it, so I faked it and buried it deep until the point where my best friend barely could see the suicidal side effects of my deadly disease until I flipped on the first chick to carry my seed. You see, I lost it, which made her fall sick, then she lost it. And I've been lost since, filled with grief, cause I caused it. Now every man makes some mistakes he's gotta walk with, but if you gain nothing from pain, this shit is pointless. That's why I stand here before you at my strongest, completely unafraid to come revisit all my darkness. Caution, quick warning, right before I even start, this image is not intended for the ill or weak at heart. Picture me and my girl fighting, my fault. picture me and my ex fighting over nothing at all, with her hands all in my face like she wanted to brawl me tight, and really thinking about punching this broad till I recall my upbringing. So I stomached them thoughts. Then I hit the kitchen, start shuffling drawers, see a knife, pick it up and start cutting my arm, then wearing sweaters every week to try and cover them scars till I slipped and let my girl see that something was wrong. She cried, wiped her eyes, and asked me when it started, but I lied so she wouldn't start believing that she caused it, then tried to explain, but I knew that it was nonsense because pride wouldn't let me talk about my inner conflicts until I wrote a rap about facing my death. Now every day I thank God for this way that I'm blessed, because if I never learned to write about what made me depressed, I would have took my own life to escape from the stress. Instead I got help, then me and Shorty split, and it's unfortunate. But life is short as shit, and I'm just focused on enjoying it. I want to thank Magee and Bliss for always offering, and that's my time, folks. Enjoy the rest of your performance.
I hold my son and cry. The outpouring of emotion comes from him having to grow up in a world where the perception of him can create him to be a perp. And depending on the state, Florida mainly, legally permissible to have his life struck from him because he could get away, or play music too loudly, or be blamed, shot at more than 10 times for a man who was in fear of his life. And the fact that he went to his hotel, ordered pizza, and drove all the way home before he turned himself in and was not even arrested immediately tells me that the ghost of Emmett Till still walks this earth. Injustice since birth, and Jim Crow is now called Stand Your Ground. The anger I feel for how worthless young black life is at this point, that I hold on to him like he was leaf to my limb that could blow away in the wind. And my skin will not allow me to walk quietly or be other than myself as I move through this world. And if I speak wrong, react wrong, am I to lose my life or go on trial to prove I'm equal and worthy of gaining justice just for my plights? And the perception of what the uninformed, the ignorant, the prejudiced, and the racist live through and through that we have to teach survival tactics to our children. One that preserves their lives, like if you're being profiled, it is not a picture. Give them your good side. Walk slowly with their hands out easily seen. There's no sudden movements. Speak clearly and slowly and do not appear angry. Produce identification when asked. Be pliant. Do not reply with emotion. Keep your distance. Do not congregate more than two on any corner, not a bus stop or a place of employment. And answer yes, sir. And show respect even when you're being disrespected. And these are the perceptions that we have to teach when being profiled. The thing is that I cry because it seems that no one understands that it doesn't make a damn difference, because Trayvon mattered, Jordan mattered, Emmett Till mattered, and I matter. And how are you conflicted? How can you go home and think it's okay for a man that killed a young black man who had no weapon, did nothing wrong, and he had to prove he came from a good home? He had his character was on trial, and no gun was ever found. And they could not prove that he even got out the car, but we understand that race matters. Mark O'Meara, the defense attorney for Zimmerman, said to stand your ground is interpreted wrong. 60 years is a life sentence for Dunn, but 17 years of life for Jordan Davis is already gone. And who decided to shoot? You play your music too loud. You're wearing a hoodie. You whistle at white women. You can end up dead. And you feel like that doesn't matter. The justice system is set up to protect the innocent, but we are underserved, no benefit. And my life matters. Jordan matters. Trayvon matters. And young black life matters. And I feel like I have to whisper to my sons, please, please be careful. There are people who will separate you from your life because of your skin. And any excuse that they will use will not care for your upbringing or your character or how much virtue you possess. They will not care for your academics or how well you play sports. We used to say, all I have to do is be black and die. And now we absolutely know that's true. The love that I'm saving, the love that I'm saying may be my own, and it's harder to save you. Because once you leave the confines of the house, being young, black, and being outside marks you a target. And I never raised children to die through law and inequity, ignorance and hate. I have to debate where I can send you. Worry if you go out to play, and if you will, come home.
Leave me alone while I'm dreaming. Cause when life takes a toll, use the music to make it better. And I'll give anything to be in the zone. Keep on dreaming. I just need a little time, cause this high won't last forever. I'm dreaming. keep spinning. Ooh.
We're all living different lives, but we still sharing the same sky. I know it's hard to can't believe, but it's how we take it easy. Despite our different shapes and colors, we still have each other. Fix a heartbroken home for our future sons and daughters.
Hey yo, how many times do you hear people complain about this crazy world we live in? Every year it's the same. It's like we want it, but we be living in fear of a change. Stuck in a state of self-hate, steady giving us pain. It's taking a toll on your brain, your heart, your soul. So we stay blinded to the ways we got control. Without a vision, there's no way to stop the blow. And to be resilient is a trait we've got to know. Cause this here is psychological warfare, but we can never seek victory till we all care. We can't expect a handful to bring us all there and carry all the dead weight like a poor bear. We gotta be all there and go all in. What good of chips if you bringing them to your coffin? So stop stalling and start stalking. It's time for action, people. No more talking. Come on. Clap your hands. Come on. Hey, yeah.
I know it's hard, I can't believe it, but it's how we take it easy. Despite our different shapes and colors, we still gotta help each other. Fix our heartbroken home for our future sons and daughters.
And they be like, what you doing, Truth? How you trying to make a difference? Can't be preaching but not doing and expecting us to listen. Yo, you absolutely right. I gotta play my position. So I write for the rights to always stay by the mission, because I wasn't given this gift to self-glorify. See, I was given this gift to help 4 or 5 million people to think for themselves or to thrive. I want to be the changes that they want to see or to die. And that's exactly where we headed. So many fallen soldiers tell me, how could I forget it? I want to show them that their sacrifices weren't made in vain. It tattooed my heart and engraved my brain. It uplifts my soul just for me to know the blood in my vein, more rich than gold. It's the same sky we see all across the globe. So all hands on deck, put a torch to glow. Let's put your hands up, put your hands up. Come on, everybody put your hands up. Yeah, over there, hands up, over there. Got it, we gotta help each other, y'all. I know it's time to change, evolve and rearrange. Look at our children's face and know we must try to save and preserve unity. Stop all the foolery. It's up to you and me to be who we choose to be.
We're all
living the same life, sharing the same sky. Hard out there, believe me. Time to take it easy. Different shapes and colors, gotta help each other. Fix a heartbroken home for our future sons and daughters. It's all about one love, one love, one love. Thank y'all. I appreciate you. My name is Superman. Peace. But traditionally, this is what we do during Black History Month. We talk about love and we talk about history. We combine those two things together. Now, UGT is a group. It's many different things under one thing. I used to call it the universal spoken word, but really, I think it boils down to the individuals that are in the group as well as what they do within the group. And many of those people in the group are wonderful people.
Power to the people. This right here is called evil. I live in a world that's scary, a world that's hell. Sometimes it's heaven, but you really can't tell. Where evil lurks, where evil goes, where evil hides, where evil dwells. What evil got them thinking and doing to themselves, and plotting on children, and shooting up a building, then they kill themselves. You never learn what they was feeling. Why they commit a massacre and had this blood spilling. Was it drugs? Were you forced? Was it voices? Was it thrilling? Was it TV and HD, scriptures or literature? Or you just wanted to make history and leave your signature? Or you just wanted this evil to plain get rid of you? This uncontrollable rage to jump out and finish you? Whatever it was, we see evil. And this evil has a terrible effect amongst people. It's been documented in time on how it's so lethal. In this present time, many minds are living illegal. And I ain't just talking about stealing candy, stealing fruit, stealing diapers, stealing bread, stealing cigarette, beer, and some lighters. I ain't just talking low-level crimes. I'm talking much higher. The elite, that deceit, manipulating your desire for your wants and your needs, for their corporate level greed, and that stress that you dealing with forms of disease. And your health insurance will not take care of your fees. Now you crawling up on welfare, begging on your knees. That shit is evil. We paying these taxes, busting our asses, spending our last on gas just to be stuck in this traffic. They say that we broke, but they printing money by the masses. Their education ain't free, we paying G's for their classes. And they politics, we follow it. They drugs, we swallow it. It's crazy today, but just watch when tomorrow is. Because that money in the bank, will you please let me borrow it? Or I'm coming back armored up, shooting hollow tips. My mortgages, my shortages, I cannot take no more of this. I'm fighting for my life and I'm running from extortionists. Cold to the core it gets. I cannot take no more of this. This shit is crazy and I simply deplore this shit. God, I should fear you, but why do I fear man? Why is this evil just roaming through this here land? I tried it their way, but I really need a clear plan. This evil gotta go, I need some terms of endearment. God, we used to live free and always giving back to nature. God gave us brains to create, but now we worship paper. Living in the cruel world, I want to live somewhere safer. Maybe I'm asking for death and want to talk to the maker about these zombies, the monsters, the torture, the greediness, the liars, the fakeness, the rapists, the devious, the hunters, the killers, the murderers, the insidious. This world is ridiculous, and man, I'm just sick of this evil.
Appreciation 2014 Curvention, baby.
Look at all these curves.
You ain't scared of the curves.
Ladies, stand up. Can we stand up, ladies? Can we?
It might take the frame. Look. Hold on now. Can your frame catch
This is what you're gonna look at the side profile. Can you see? Can you see the solar eclipse happening right now? You don't want to miss that.
I make no apologies.
You don't want to miss that.
But you gotta be able to handle thickness.
Yes.
That's how it happens.
It's all poetry, performance, modeling segments, all surrounded around the essence of plus size women and appreciating them and confidence and yes.
Self-awareness.
And yes, honey, yes.
I mean, let's just tell them what's really gonna sell it. It's gonna be a lot of ass and titties.
Really?
April 26th.
Really?
Okay, listen.
I'm just saying.
We do not certify that statement.
No!
You guys love this.
Listen, we do not certify that statement. That statement is not certified. That is not a UGT. That is a Billy Buchanan erotic lyricist statement.
I stand alone.
He's nasty and filthy.
Oh yeah, his other name is Tsunami.
Yes.